So over to you, Feargal. Feargal, thank you.
Well, good morning to everyone, and I shall pass up the reference to only fools and horses. You're the only last people to infamously refer to me as Sharkey. So close enough, Claire. Thank you for the invitation, by the way, and all to up Sewage Creek. I have news for you. You've been lied to, you've been misled, you've been extorted, you've been cheated, and you've been abused. For the last 35 years, you've been subject to nothing more than possibly the greatest organised rip-off perpetrated on the British people. And you've had little return apart from greed, profiteering, financial engineering, political failure, and regulatory incompetence. In short, you've been had. 35 years after we were promised a utopian, market-driven vision of greatness, a future so edifying it would glory in the delights of an unlimited supply of clean water, our sewage would be quietly, effectively collected, treated and disposed of, while our rivers, lakes and seas would teem with an abundant, diverse array of flora and fauna, and to top it all off, we would have the cheapest water bills on earth. But in reality, this Thatcherite envisioned theme park has delivered nothing but pain, sorrow and anger. Water bills have already gone up by 40% since privatisation and are currently scheduled to increase by anything up to a breathtakingly extortionate 53% by 2030. Today, every single river in England is polluted. A whole town was poisoned last summer, and the last 4 years alone, we have seen over 12 million hours worth of sewage dumped into our rivers and onto our beaches. And helping guide this trail of tragedy is a regulatory system so dysfunctional, so deeply fractured, that it has become indifferent to its own failure and incompetence. A system that is so infested by that other great pandemic of the 20th century, the Chicago School of Economics. It quotes, "Regulations distort the operation of free markets." Apparently, the market will provide, I'm told. Its disciples, like many senior figures within Ofwat, the water industry economic regulator, have become blinkered, blinded, nay obsessed by what they see as the highest of all high altars of intellectual thinking. They truly believe that instead of regulating, simply naming and shaming the water companies involved will somehow trigger a sense of human decency, unveil some sort of accountability buried deep even within the darkest souls of water industry executives, who themselves are driven by nothing more than greed, salaries, bonuses, self-interest and shareholder value. Indeed, this wanton obsession of non-interventionism, it has triggered this very travesty. A travesty of such a scale and proportion that it not only blights every river in the country, but diminishes the lives of over 16 million people living in England and Wales. Each and every one of them dependent upon and impacted by Ofwat's woefully ineffective decision-making process. Make no mistake, whatever rhetoric you might hear, "we're sorry, we apologise, we're taking action," both industry and regulators are now demanding that you will pay a second time for its sewage service, which you've already paid for and for which you simply never received. Not forgetting, of course, while all of that has been going on, water companies have ram-raided all of our bank accounts for the £83 billion they have paid to shareholders of dividends and the £74 billion of debt they have now saddled local water companies with. In an ideal world, if the boards of Ofwat and the Environment Agency understood anything of valour, honour, chivalry or principle, they would have already resigned and certainly should do so today. And if you think for one second that our political lords and masters have fared any better, you would be wrong. Based on the Environment Agency's latest forecast, by 2027, just 6% of England's rivers will be in good ecological condition. Sections of the River Spey in Scotland, what should be one of the finest salmon rivers in the world, are failing, and that majestic emblem of Northern Ireland, Lough Neagh, has been poisoned. A toxic cocktail of human effluent, agricultural waste, and God knows what else has been allowed to destroy our most treasured water bodies. In fact, what you are witnessing right now is nothing short of wholesale environmental ecocide following decades of governmental negligence. After years of pointless, ineffectual meetings, of roundtables, of consultations, of yet more consultations, and more roundtables, of greenwashing and window dressing, it is now time to take action. For we are all now living in a new world, one where simply preening around the political edges of a problem will no longer be acceptable. What is needed more than ever is brave, decisive judgment, coupled with the vision and determination to succeed and deliver. What is needed in this quagmire of sewage corruption is a complete root and branch review, a restructuring of an industry that has spectacularly failed both customers and the environment. What we need is for government to enforce the law and to end polluting for profit. What is needed and what we should now demand is leadership and urgency. It is now time to stop that spiralling, pointless, joyless meetings, the spiral of supermarket petitions, the visits for sewage works, the water testing. It is now time for you to take control, to take action, and that hopefully starts today. My name is Feargal Sharkey. May your God go with you.